every single one of us right now is looking at some kind of send.
I mean, I'm not. I'm looking at a book. Speaking of which, starting the
look at
recording.
Look at your Twitch.
Okay, I'm looking at my Twitch.
You're looking at sand because...
I'm looking at sand, am I?
Yeah, because
Is this fucking Coffee 2 all over again?
Because it's glass. And glass
Ethernet cables are made of sand.
You're made of sand. Right, back onto the fucking topic. The stream is live, recording is live. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Sandcast, episode 437, where we're talking about internet sand, apparently.
Yeah, because sand is really good for you.
Yeah, but on that note, as I turn up everything, we're going to be looking at the Psychic Awakening book today. Oh no, there's... Oh no. There we go. I've already fucked it, but it's fine. This is just for the stream. The recording will look different. Ignore that kind of thing just off the edge of the screen. But we're looking at the Psychic Awakening book, The Greater Good. With me today, I have got the one person who actually has Twitch, Red Chameleos. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good.
And also the three musketeers, or three dipshits, being Alex, Evan, and I've already forgotten the last person's name.
Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
No,
Yeah.
it's not Jeff.
Hi,
Don't
Jeff.
fucking miss them.
Hi.
Get out, Tom.
Oh.
Ross.
Come on, Trevor, calm down.
Oh.
Gangs, boys.
I've assembled people who know a bit more about 40k with me this time. I've already had a couple of attempts trying to record this fucking video. And Tom,
Oh no.
apparently.
Tom only plays Ultramarines, so he's clueless about anything. But
Tom's not ever had a chance to play as
Literally
Yet.
not. Yeah.
Because who wants to actively play against Ultramarines?
Yeah,
Or Marines
every
in general,
Scream
for that
player.
matter.
if I was an Iron Hands player and I come up against Ultramarines, I'd just call it a free win.
Yeah.
You just
Pretty much.
Just call
consider
it
consider his cheeks pre-clapped.
pre-clapped. But so what we're going to go over, at least, we're going to try and spend as enough time talking about everything, but mostly focusing on, if we've got time to do multiple, which we probably do, considering the time I started, is to look at each section of the book by itself, and then move on to different sections. So, obviously starting off, the book itself is gorgeous, and this is all focusing on the Fifth Sphere expansion for the Tau, but it includes the Tau, rules for the Astra Militarum, the Ordo Tempestus getting their own rulebook, well, technically their own doctrines, and then the Gene Stealer cults, who got fuck all.
Gene Stealer cults fucking suck.
They got absolutely nothing.
Are they not just like...
They have...
Wait.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't change my stream headline. Oh, I'm really bad at this.
Gene Stealer cults, obviously, the codex is still tasty.
Thank you
but
for catching that,
they've got-
Haritza.
What do they actually get, Evan? What do they actually get of any worth?
They
so
had
they
two
got-
two-page
obviously the-
errata.
They got some pretty good stratagems actually.
Oh shit! It actually is
and-
called a raptor.
Also the not the subfaction. Yeah, the subfaction rules where they can choose their own. They've got two specifically that are like okay, which helps with the neophyte spam. I don't know if it's better than what's currently used, but it is really good. It gives them extra AP within half range and reroll all hits with heavy weapons,
Oh.
which is great because it includes if you're moving with them as well, which you will because you'll be deep striking.
There's also some pretty interesting stuff for the Achilles Ridge Runner. I think that's a lot more competitive now.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a great stratagem for the Ridge Runners, and you
it-
take them in
it-
Unit 3 as well.
If you
Yeah, yeah.
exclude if you exclude Shadow Sun, just 2 pages.
There's also the
Well,
8,
and
which
and
got
Farsight.
reprinted.
Yeah, but if you exclude the Farsight Enclaves and Shadow Sun, Tau got 8 pages. Gene Stealer cult also got 9 pages, and fucking 3 of those pages are fucking errata.
Yeah, I know. It's not great, but we'll get to that in a second. After me having to mess with the stream headline because I'm bad, and having to tilt the camera because that's also bad. I'm currently trying to use a camera and a webcam to record all of this, so bear with me if it looks like complete shit. No.
Gotta play.
Oh no. Here we go. It's not a Gazable trade stream if everything doesn't fucking fall apart. So, we're not going to go over the lore stuff here. It's more going to be the crunch. We'll do the lore in a separate video. But mostly, Tau got a single drone back that survived the 4th Sphere expansion failure, and thought, oh, okay, that gives us complete reign to do whatever the fuck we want, and have gone to go piss everyone off. As
Also
Tau do.
note, in the art on that page, there's flyers that don't exist.
Wait, on which
What?
page?
What?
On the second page. No,
Oh, you mean these flyers? The ones in the picture
page
here.
5.
Yeah,
okay.
page 5 in the little art piece.
Yeah.
If you're on stream,
Yeah,
these
yeah.
ones.
Yeah, they don't exist yet.
Oh. Well, we'll get to that in a sec, but
I mean, to be fair, the Tyranid book contained loads of stuff. I was like, that's not a thing.
Oh yeah, but they don't.
we're not
use
getting
it
those
on
models. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And in recent stuff, they have been putting new art in that has new models that aren't
Yeah.
released yet. They did a
It's
lot
like
of it.
it's
with
like a
everything else.
weirdly shaped sun shark.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it
sick.
is.
I really like it. It looks like a transport ship.
One of
It
the nice,
does.
yeah. One of
And
the
they
nice
need the
things that we got
weaponry.
is the Echoes of Awakening as well, which is just little primers of what's been happening in terms of everyone else. Like, for example, you got the Flesh Terrors getting pissed off about Primaris. You've got the Grey Knights actually doing something. You know, the huge. But I have a feel, I'm hoping that these books will become precursors to actually getting models at some point. But the most we got Shadow Sun. In terms of a new model.
Yeah. Well, I mean, G-Star Cods have got quite a lot of new things.
Oh,
Sort of
they're in the army
recently.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not the level of like AdMech getting loads of new shit, but yeah.
I wouldn't have expected Astra to get anything new.
No,
apart
but I
from-
will say the Tempestus stuff that is in here is extremely spicy, hence why I'm starting that as an army. Right.
Yeah, it does look quite nice.
Yeah, so what we got here is we got a single narrative mission, which is Tau v Militarum, with stratagems, which no one really gives a shit about. I mean, I don't personally give a shit about, but it's nice to have if you have a Tau player and a Militarum player in your... I'll be signing off on my opinions when we get that. Yes, Haritza, who is a Gene Stealer cult player, will be helping out in chat. Thank you very much.
I think all of those stratagems are things we've seen before in the core rule.
Probably. Swift Advance, Breaking the Spirits, Under the Cover of Darkness, Resolute Defenders. Yeah, the Prepared Traps. These seem familiar for narrative missions.
I like how one of them is 0 CP. That would be
Yeah.
interesting to see more things like that.
Oh shit, there is, yeah. Use the strategy in the shooting phase or fight phase when an enemy character is destroyed as a result of an attack made by a Tau Empire model. You receive a command point.
There is a couple of those things like the assassins when they take someone out. It's
but it's one
D, and
CPU.
you get D3.
Yeah. That's kind of funky.
Hmm.
So obviously we got the Tau Empire, with lovely set of white Tau up here, traditional color, and for some reason Kroot, because they've remembered they've existed.
By giving them no rules.
Apparently they have stratagems though. There's like
Oh,
Kroot stratagems,
Actually, there's a few.
but that's about it. So we've got Servant to the Greater
fact.
Good, which will cover pretty much everything. It will cover the 8, but I don't believe this has changed since it was posted in Chapter Approved.
Same.
So it's exactly the same. If you want to go check that out, pick up Chapter Approved or pick up this book. We're not covering here because it is a data sheet that is 2 pages long.
Although it is worth remembering that they're a lot stronger now because they are Farsight Enclaves.
Yes, and Farsight Enclaves, they do get extra stuff.
Farsight Enclaves are fucking good.
Yeah. So obviously we get Shadow Sun, the Sept Tenants, prototype weapon systems, which we're definitely going into detail with, stratagems, the 8, and Farsight Enclaves. They always have They always have a name generator in all of these now, which I love. I love
really
that
like
they're
the
doing
Tau
these. The
I
Tau,
love all the different casts as well.
yeah, because you've got the different casts, the rank of them, which sept they belong to, and then an individual name, so you can just kind of stack up on this. It really helps with narrative, even if you've got a competitive army, just giving it a little bit of narrative, especially if you're making your own Tau Sept, this is really nice. And
I
it's
like
just
the idea
Mhm.
that you have the ranks, and one of them is like possibly knight. I love the idea that the crisis suit commanders, one below them, is classed as a knight.
And then you got an Imperial Knight, and then you've got a random guy in a.
Yeah.
You just
Wait.
got one random command that says, "Yeah, I'm that. That's me."
Got a ghost keel knight.
What
Oh.
unit is that? Is it the Bodyguards?
It'd be Shaz-El.
Yeah, it's an
so
L.
you'd have Shazvray, which are the
Do you want me to go over the ranks here because they're listed?
crisis suits.
Yeah, we
Usually
got those before.
Shazvrays.
Yeah.
So it's a crisis suit bodyguard command, like sergeant would probably be
A knight,
a Shaz-El, which would
Yeah.
be a noble or a knight.
and then obviously you got Shazo being commander. Well, Shaz is just it's fire. You could also have let me see, a water knight.
Oh, I mean like on the
no,
table.
what the Porel would be a water knight.
Well, that would be a noble. You wouldn't have a fighting water dude.
You'd never know. He could have a gun. They've probably all got guns.
I mean, yeah, if the world's been invaded.
Yeah,
I
they've
mean,
probably got a single holdout
The
pistol.
Ethereal is a watercast.
No, they're ethereal cast.
Oh,
They're
shit,
their
are
own
they?
thing, aren't they? They're like a step above.
Bloody hell, who's the Tau player here?
I thought.
Mhm.
I don't think.
Really.
Yeah.
I'm
Harita
selling
just
most
adds
of it to Elliot.
one of the biggest 40k tournaments of the year for Finland this weekend. Tau placed 3 out of 9. That's a really good showing, actually, for
Yep.
especially in the tournament. But I'm hoping they use some of the stuff from here,
No, it's
especially
probably-
because
it's
we've
prob-
got.
Yeah,
It's
I'd love
probably the Ion
love to see-
Riptide.
Oh
I'd
my
love to
god,
see
Ion Rail Rifle Riptides.
No,
I love it.
They don't,
They don't have
Rail
they don't have Ion. What do you mean?
Yeah, they do. They have an Ion Accelerator.
Oh no, Riptide. Sorry, I'm thinking broadsides.
No.
That's my bad. There's too
Railgun
many.
Broadsides
There's
also
too many
sick.
war suits. I get confused.
That's fair.
So we got obviously Commander Shadow Sun being the person on the front, and also with a giant list of rules. She got quite a nice rules update, which we'll go over. We'll go over some of the details as well. But the model she got was gorgeous, absolutely
Yes,
gorgeous
great.
model. So if it is too
fantastic.
dark on here, please let me know, and I will turn up the light without killing the light. There we go. So, Commander Shadow Sun, 8-inch move, 3+ weapon skill, 2+ ballistic skill, strength 4, toughness 4, 5 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 9 with a 3-up save, and she's got an advanced guardian drone and a command link drone.
Mm.
She comes equipped with a flechette launcher, 2 high-energy fusion blasters, a light missile pod, and a pulse pistol. As well with the advanced guardian drone and the command link drone. You have to take those. You can also include... Yeah, you can only include one model.
Yep.
And what you can do is you can switch the high-energy to being dispersed for more shots. But we'll get
It's
into...
a type of weapon, though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a different weapon upgrade, but it's free. There's no points difference. So we've got the dispersed. Oh yeah, I think there's a points difference, but remember they didn't print her points value in this book for
No, they
some
didn't.
reason.
Okay, no. It's stupid. They
Yeah.
did it in the last book as well.
Yeah, they keep missing stuff, which kind of shows the fact they are trying to pump these out as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things about these that feel rushed.
Yeah. So, Dispersed Fusion Blaster, starting off at the top. Range 18, Assault 2, Strength 7, -4 D3 damage. If it's within half range, roll an additional D3 when inflicting damage, and discard one of the dice. So, it's a Assault 2 Melter, but with D3 damage. And the high energy is the same thing with longer range as Assault 1, Strength 8, -4, D6 damage. Same with the Melter rules.
Sorry, does it say discard any dice or discard the
Discard
lowest?
one of the dice.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't say the lowest, it just says, it says discard one.
That's
Why-
really
why-
good, actually, because
why-
if you're
why
playing
is-
against Necrons and could have constant shielding,
You could choose
Yeah,
once.
and a 3, you probably want to choose the 3.
Yeah. It does seem that GW are kind of going with more... You don't have to discard the lowest or the worst one. You get to choose which one you get to discard. And that seems to be the more consistent rule... like for things like Melter and Plasma and things like that keep coming out. Is that's what we're getting more of. I might have to swap the battery. Apologies. The light will probably go fucked for a second.
The Dispersed is probably better, though, just to get more shots.
The thing is that Dispersed, like, that's designed to kill Marines, but
Yeah.
the other one has more range,
There we
wounds
go.
Marines on
Much better.
2s, and is
Oh,
more likely
yeah.
to kill them.
And it's
Forget it.
D6 damage instead.
I
Which
should get them.
yeah.
there's
just stay-
it's Assault 1 and you
stay-
already have 2 of them.
Yeah,
so
just
you
stay
either
at
get
24-inch range and just
Yeah.
pop 2 Marines a turn.
yeah.
The thing is that they're just not. Like, China's is just not that great. That's the problem. Like,
Mm,
they added the thing where you can take it with different sets, but it's
Yeah.
pointless because they still have the Tau set keyword,
yeah.
which means you can't even create a good. You can't even Overwatch for them.
Yeah, I personally, looking at it, do not see the point in not taking keeping the high energy. Yeah, 2 shots, but
Yeah.
strength 8 minus 4 d6 damage. That's pretty good for 24-inch range. Personally, that's how I feel. But with the rest of her kit, she's got a flechette launcher. She nicked it clearly off of a Sakaran Infiltrator. It's pistol 5, strength 3, AP 0, dealt 1 damage, 18-inch range.
You can also fire the pulse pistol at the same time as that, which is quite nice.
Yeah, she just starts like John wooing over like a table or something as she zooms around. She comes with a light missile pod, assault 2, 24-inch range.
110 points.
110 points for Shadow Sun.
Does that include the drones?
Without the drones, so it's actually
I was going to say, she has to take the drones.
127.
127
Yeah,
with the drones. I find it odd that you can
This
take
feels
a...
wrong.
Yeah, I was about to say, I find it odd you can take... It gives her the points without the drones, but in a profile she has to take the drones.
A lot of tower like that.
Mm,
No, I think it's just the battle scribes that it is. Which...
yeah.
It's like a lot of things you have to take a bolt gun on a marine, but you still have to pay for the bolt gun separate.
Yeah, which I find odd. I feel like that should be included with the price, but that's a separate point entirely. So, light missile pod, 24-inch range, assault 2, strength 7, 1 minus 1 d3 damage, which is kind of nice in addition to your rest of your shots, and the pulse pistol, 12-inch range, pistol 1, strength 5, no AP, 1 damage. Nice little holdout pistol in case she gets locked into any sort of combat, and being strength 5 can... It just can just push something over the edge.
Marines on 3s.
Exactly. So, the thing is, it's hard to look at any other army now without being able to say, what can it do to Marine list? Which is a
Yeah,
shit place to be in the meta, but
Can it
that's
kill
where
the
we are.
Dreadnought?
Yeah.
Well,
Can it kill a
Marine
Chaplain
lists-
Dreadnought?
Marines are always going to be the majority of players.
Yeah.
So, I'd much rather have how does this do against Marines, and then what can I do against other lists, rather than I don't know what I'm going to be up against.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I guess there's a separate tier is, okay, what would you rather... I was like, okay, I know how this fares against a normal Marine list. Then how does this fare against Iron Hands? That is the thing. It is Marines that exist in their own bubble, and then Iron Hands are like over there somewhere, sniffing like lead blotch or pain of a bolt gun.
Yeah. The problem with Iron Hands is you don't get to put Shadow Sun against Iron Hands because they shoot her turn 1 and kill her instantly because they can fire through walls.
Exactly.
I mean,
dumb.
she is a character. She's a character.
Yeah, she is a character, but
They can fire through
Eliminators.
walls with sniper rifles.
Yeah, the Eliminators with the indirect 5, which
And that's the thing. Shadow Sun has shit saves.
yeah,
A 3 of armor and then a 5 of invuln.
4 up invuln.
Nope.
Advanced Guardian drone. This model has a 4 up invuln save. Oh yeah, shit.
But they can just kill the drone.
Oh yeah, that's true. Plus with savior protocols.
That's just the drone's got the character keyword.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the drone might have a 2 of invuln.
According to this, it's the Advanced Guardian field is a 4 up.
No, yeah, but I'm not sure if the drone has a better invuln.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. The Guardian drone's got 4 up invuln.
Yep.
And the Stalker battlesuit, which is Shadow Sun's battlesuit, is a 5 up.
Yeah. Which is in this abilities, which we'll get to now. So obviously,
Yeah, so-
nope. Carry on.
You can just shoot Shadow. You can just shoot Shadow Sun because the Guardian drone just gives you a 6 of feel no pain. It doesn't actually give you a better save.
And then plus also you've got considering one of the top lists at the moment are running for Iron Hands 3 sets of 3 eliminators with the normal rifles, not the las rifles, because they're just good. They're just flat out good.
Oh yeah, especially 90C.
Yeah. So
the thing is, right, so Shadow Sun is paying 128 points for someone with 2 fusion blasters.
yes.
Who moves 8 inches. Isn't great. Then the Cold Star with 4 fusion blasters is 146 points, which is just under 20. Like 18 points more. Is worth it. It's just if you want someone to do this, you're just gonna take a Cold Star.
Yeah, that's true.
Is there a way to give a feel no pain to a stealth suit squad?
To a squad? I don't know.
No, you can't.
Can they not do it from a?
Oh,
Ethereal?
sorry, yes.
Ethereal.
Ethereals.
Mm.
Ethereals can give field points to anything.
Mm.
So what you could do? So her Defender of the Greater Good rule, you can put her with herself and a unit of stealth suits.
Yeah, do you want me to read out the full one because I've got it in front of me?
Yeah,
You
you
can
could
do
you can
Yeah, because
you
we'll
could
get onto
do
that next.
you could take the wound on Shadow Sun, do the feel no pain.
Yep.
Fail that save, pass it off to a
Shield drone.
no, pass it off to a battlesuit unit.
Oh yeah.
And then take it on that with the feel no pain, which probably works out better than just killing off the drone because the drones give you reroll hit rolls of 1 for units 12 inches.
Yeah. So with her
Well,
abilities,
thank you,
obviously
as
we've got For the Greater Good, Master of War, and the one that George was just mentioning, which is Defender of the Greater Good. When this model will lose any wounds as a result of an attack whilst this model is within 3 of a friendly XV-25 stealth battlesuits unit, it can attempt to intercept that attack, roll 1d6. On a 2-up, the model does not lose the wounds, and the unit suffers 1 mortal wound for each of these wounds. Only 1 attempt can be made to intercept each attack.
Yeah. So you can't pass it off to a suit and then to a drone,
Yeah.
I think.
Hate this wording though.
Yeah,
It's
it's very, very specific wording.
Unless
It's
what
like-
it means is you can't go, 2 up, and then a different unit, 2
Mm.
up, I'll pass it to there
Yeah.
instead.
Because the thing is, this is the wording that makes fucking Leviathan's broken. The fact that you can do it after you do all of your saves.
Yeah.
Stupid.
But I think the thing
It's
is
so
that
bad.
obviously a lot of the Forge World stuff is getting a complete redo. So
but that's
we'll see what
stratagem.
happens. Haritza brings
stratagem.
up a good point as well. There's always trio against what you must build your army around. At the moment, it's Marines, Eldar, and Tau in Finland, where he lives, where Forge World is pretty much banned. Stephen Box just crunched GT in England with pure Blood Angels army, which was a very surprising thing. But he must have played
Capitan.
Smash Capitans, but he probably played super well. 0 Primaris models in his army outside of Mephiston. Wow. Probably lots of Black Company.
Lots of whirlwinds.
If you
Hell
had the
yeah.
option, you would have used normal Mephiston.
Yeah. So, carrying on so we can kind of push through this. Supreme Commander, this is the one I find very confusing. The model can be included in a Tau Empire detachment without preventing that units from that detachment from gaining their Sept Tenant. However, this model does not benefit from any Sept Tenant unless the Sept Tenant selected for that detachment is Coordinated Fire Arcs.
So they don't get any benefit unless they're in this.
Yeah,
separate
that's
town.
fine.
Yeah.
Why would you ever take her?
Because
into
you're running
any
Tau.
other army.
Because you're like Tau.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
The only-
alternatively, you're doing a Supreme Command detachment with her in it, make it so then she does get it.
That is true. But I guess because there's also so we'll get onto the next bit as well. Obviously, we got Infiltrator. When you set this model up accompanying drones during deployment, they can be set up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 12 inches away from the enemy deployment zone and enemy models. But I think the reason you kind of would take her in any other Tau army is for the genius of Kayun. Once per battle, this model can declare Kayun even if Kayun or Montcar has already been declared. Montcar and Kayun cannot both be declared in the same turn.
But it will only affect Tau Sept units.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like they have the Tau Sept keyword. You know,
Yeah.
she's not worth it at all.
Yeah,
Like-
I do agree.
I'm
They
Outside of
made,
Tau Sept, there's
Yeah,
outside
they
of the Tau
made-
Sept, yeah.
they made her neutral without giving her the rules to support her being neutral. They almost did the same thing with Anrakar the Traveler for Necrons.
Yeah.
It used to be his warlord trait used to be dynasty things within 6 inches can reroll all their charges. He doesn't have a dynasty at all. So it used to be you have to take this warlord trait on him. Doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they had to like FAQ it and be like, no, it just affects Necron infantry, which
Right.
actually made it slightly better because it affects all Necron infantry, including Triarch Praetorians, which don't actually have a dynasty keyword to begin with.
Huh.
That's what they should have done here, but they didn't.
Yeah, I guess when you put it that
Yeah.
way, it's surprised that
Yes.
I feels like that's much they needed to put it in, and it's a big problem if they did that as an oversight. So
I just feel like they should have just gone ham with House and just made them a fucking just stealth assassin killing machine.
Yeah, she's killed chapter masters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
because at this rate, a quad fusion Cold Star is
Star.
better than Shadow Sun is.
yeah.
Stupid. Like Shadow Sun should be like -2 to hit. Fucking zipping around the border, Mech 20, just popping characters. But
Yeah, she's better just sort of slotted into your gun line, which is maybe not what you want.
Yeah.
even then, though, I don't think even if
I
she's
wa-
in your
I
gun line,
would-
she wouldn't be doing much.
Well,
if I
calling
was-
carry on a second time is pretty nice.
Well,
Are
George,
you
what are you
on-
gonna say?
If I was running Tau, what I might do is like, because I assume stealth suits could infiltrate, right?
Yes.
If you had enough stealth suits, you could drop a big blob of a gun line
12
because you're
inches
Tau.
away.
Yeah, close enough to be useful,
Mm.
but not like far enough away that you're out of range. And because you're Tau, it's kind of not a good idea to charge it. But
Yeah,
on the other
true.
hand, you could just die to flamethrowers.
Problem is,
so-
with the new Tau Scepter, you can make your own Tau Scepter. There's way more better ways of running
Which we will get into in a second. So, last couple things before we clear off with Shadow Sun. She's got a command link drone at the start of your shooting phase. If a friendly command link drone model is within 3 inches of this model, select one friendly Tau Empire unit within 12 of that model. Until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made by a model that Tau Empire by a model in that Tau Empire unit, you get to reroll a hit roll of 1, which is kind
this
of nice.
this would be so good if it was +1 to hit instead.
Yeah.
Instead, it's just a marker light.
Yeah, because she's not benefiting from the marker lights at all. She's
But
not-
it's just mad as well, because like commanders have a 6-inch, captains like Marines have a 6-inch reroll ones bubble. This is just one unit rerolls ones. I'm just
Yeah.
like they're probably rerolling ones anyway. On top of that, it's-
Probably, yeah. So it's just like an extra thing on top.
Sorry, Gash, has she got fly? I assume she has.
She does have the fly keyword
Okay, cool.
because she has a jetpack and fly.
Yeah.
So drone support, obviously drones need to be in coherency, and then afterwards they're a separate unit. Camouflage field, when resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon against this model or any accompanying drones, -1 to hit. Because she is
The accompanying drones bit is quite nice.
Yeah, so it means it's a little bit more difficult to try and snipe the drones off the board. But with enough gun, I don't think it matters.
I found it weird that they didn't give any fucking stealth drones though, like a ghost kill.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. They should have.
Especially because she used to drive a ghost kill anyway.
Why
They
don't we just
could- they
put her
should-
head on a ghost kill and then
Oh
be
my
done
god,
with
they
it?
should have just given her a fucking ghost kill suit.
Oh, that would be sick though.
Yeah. Like
Like a halfway between a enforcer commander suit and a ghost keel.
She just
Well,
be
she
at
hasn't
that
even got a
point.
commander
Look, we'll do what we do with Dreadnought. She dies, right? Before she dies, we'll stick her body in a ghost keel, and then she'll survive forever, and it'll be great.
That's pretty much like why she's still around. Is they keep freezing her.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not like they do with Bjorn. They keep freezing him and then just dropping him in. And
That's what they do with all dreadnoughts. So.
Yeah, but the thing is because he keeps going mental and killing everything. So they just freeze him, then deep strike him.
man.
As he deep strikes, he unfreezes from the atmosphere, and then goes on a killing spree.
Yeah, that's Murderfang.
Oh, Murderfang, sorry, not Bjorn. Bjorn's the one who just sits at the council in like a weird
Yeah.
chair that doesn't fit him.
Bjorn is the one that they unfreeze if they can't decide on something in the council.
We need Bjorn. Get the fridge.
Isn't he
Yeah,
just a grumpy
Murderfang,
old
sorry, I
man
got
at this
confused.
point?
They're all the
Pretty much.
same. They're all wolf related. It's like any
Yeah.
fucking Wintermark and Larpa not being called Bjorn.
Or Wolfric.
Or Wolfric, that's the one.
Wolfric's usually
Yeah. To be fair, I did have an Empire Larpa wander into my stream the other day, which was really cool.
I don't think I've met anyone called Wolfric from Wintermark.
I've never talked to anyone from Wintermark on purpose. But we'll go. Well, that's a different thing entirely. So back to this. Obviously, the command drone with savior protocols. The Guardian drone with a 4-up invuln save and on a 6-up feel the pain, and then obviously savior protocols, and that's it. She has obviously infantry battlesuit character commander, XV-22 stalker, jetpack fly, and obviously the Shadow Sun keyword. It seemed there's some kind of interesting things in here if you were taking Tau. If you take a pure Tau set list, she would probably be something that would be quite nice and would synergize well.
But I still don't know if
However,
they're that great.
as we've kind of already said, a Cold Star battlesuit commander, which is only just a little bit more, would probably benefit you more.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just
Yeah.
double the shots as well,
Yeah.
and like multiple times the movement.
That's true. Plus, it's only an 8-inch move, which isn't fantastic.
We are starting 12 inches away, though.
That's true. That's true. So, Sept Tenants. One of the nice... I mean, there's definitely two cores to this book in terms of the Tau stuff. You obviously got your Sept Tenants, and then you have your prototype weapon systems, which I absolutely love. I've already had a read-through of some of them, which we'll go over in a sec, but we'll go through each one of these individually, and then have a synopsis at the end. So, starting off, the way that this works is similar to the Build Your Own Chapter, Build Your Own Gene Stealer Cult, Build Your Own blah blah blah, which is the consistent theme throughout Psychic Awakening, which is instead of taking a normal Tau Sept, so it'd be Tau, or someone give me one that isn't Tau in terms of Sept. Yola. So, not taking those. You take your own one. You're being kind of narrative, but also kind of rules crunchy. And you pick two from this list, and those are the things that you benefit throughout the game. So, first off, we've got Turbojets. Add 1 to the advanced rolls made for jetpack units with this tenant. Add 2 to the movement characteristic of jetpack models with this tenant. So, +1 to advance and +2 movement. Kind of nice if you've got a very mobile army as it is. Running Cold Star Commanders, or just zooming things around the board, that kind of can... that I would think that'd be helpful. Mm-hmm. Dedication to the cause. Add 1 to leadership of models with this talent.
It's okay. You're not gonna really take it, though.
No, it's not something to build around. Soldiers in Arms. Increase the range of For the Greater Good ability to 9 inches for units with this talent. Still can't do it with Deep Strike. However, if anyone gets kind of dangerously close, or is just like, oh, we're going to go for an easier charge, say Gene Stealer Codes who just walk Gene Stealers who just walk slightly into your range, could be beneficial.
Yeah, I think the thing with that is you've got to weigh it up against Tau Sept, and
yeah,
I think generally Tau Sept is going to do better.
Yeah, that's true.
But it could be quite nice.
So, stabilization systems. When resolving an attack made for a ranged weapon by battlesuit model with this tenant, the model does not suffer the penalty for moving and firing heavy weapons.
Amazing.
That's just good.
The fact that they hit on 4 bases, and then 4 base, and if they move, then hit on 5s. That sucks.
Yeah.
How many heavy weapons do Tau have?
For battlesuits.
Most of them, isn't it?
I was about to say, I thought they were more assault.
Most of the big guns are.
Yeah.
Almost all of them are assault, I think, apart from maybe the broadsides.
So
again, though, if you need to move your broadsides, it's really not.
Yeah, because it just needs to move them just into cover or just out of cover.
Systems.
Yes.
No, there's shit tons of things with heavy weapons. Shit tons.
Is there?
Well, this is why we have multiple people here who know what they're talking about.
You've Riptides. All have heavy weapons. Those skills are heavy.
That makes that really good for Riptides. Then, if you're running the standard 3 Riptide strat, this is really good.
Thanks. Yeah, because you usually take target lock, which helps you ignore it.
Yeah.
You shoot everything at the same thing.
That's probably why I'm like.
But this means you don't have to pay for points for target lock, which is nice.
That's true. To always make things cheaper. So, hardened warheads. When resolving attack with a high-yield missile pod, seeker missile, or smart missile system by a model with this tenant, improve the AP characteristic of that weapon by 1 for that attack.
Fantastic.
Those two together are really nice.
Yeah. that is a broadside bonanza with these two.
Yeah,
are the missile systems as well? Are they heavy?
Smart missile systems, I don't think they are.
No, I don't think they are.
But I think that if you're going full gunline and you just want to if you really hate the person you're going up against, and you kind of want to have a little bit of narrative fluff, then these two are good. These two are very good. Sophisticated Command Net. When resolving an attack made by a vehicle model with this tenant against a unit that has 1 or more marker-like counters, reroll the wound roll of 1.
Very good.
Probably doesn't go far enough.
Why do you say that?
I just think, Tau vehicles in general aren't that great, and I don't think this is really going to push them over the edge.
Only one of them is actually...
I was about to say, what ones have the vehicle keyword? Because Riptides don't. It's just like the Devilfish-sized thing.
Storm Surge.
Cool. Wait, the Storm Surge is a vehicle?
Yeah.
Isn't that a battlesuit as well?
No, it's just a vehicle.
But I think it is a vehicle.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a battlesuit. It looks like a battlesuit. Or am I thinking? I'm thinking of something different.
It's a,
No,
it's
it's
vehicle.
It does
it's
look
a-
like
it's
a
a-
battle suit, yeah, but it's
Vehicle, Titanic, and then Storm Sage are the keywords on Storm Sage.
Oh, there we go then. Thank
Yeah,
God for someone who's got the towel book right next to them, because I fucking don't.
Yeah. You got Storm Surge, you've got the Flyers, which are all a bit shit. They're very bad. Devilfish.
Yep.
I like the.
It's
I
good
don't
on.
know.
It is quite good on the Skyray, because you can just dump Seeker missiles to the Skyray, and the Skyray is actually quite nice.
Yeah.
It hits on 2s as well, with against Flyers or Markalite.
Hammerhead's like
Um,
long strike, but long strike has a specific sept keyword, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to them.
Yeah,
But
anyway,
hammerheads in
I don't-
general would obviously benefits from that.
Hammerheads do suck though.
Yeah.
I've-
If you
oh,
really
sorry.
want to try and benefit,
Actually, Ion Cannon Hammerheads are great.
I mean, if
But,
you want to benefit from something like that, then I wouldn't say it was something you're going to really build your list around. However, it's a nice to have. It's a nice to have depending on.
Well, I mean,
It gives you options.
on a Hammerhead, it does mean you're wounding Marines on 2s rerolling.
That's pretty good.
And it is a flat damage 3 as well.
Which I always love flat damage. I
The-
always love
it's-
flat damage.
It's good.
Yeah.
There's definitely better things.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So we move on. Hybridized
Well, the
weaponry.
piranhas.
Add 4 to the range characteristic of assault
Nah.
and grenade weapons with models with this tenant are equipped with.
Oh.
It does not apply to prototype weapon systems. So
Right,
anything that's
it's
assault plus 4 range.
It's not
That's it.
amazing, but
Mm.
it does mean you can deep strike flamers.
Ooh. That's
which
always
is-
fun.
It's not
interesting
amazing.
that it's grenades, because very rarely you get to see grenades with further range.
That's quite good actually as well, because the grenades give you people nice one to hit for tower.
Oh. Just giving that nice. It's a 4-inch range, which can sometimes be super helpful. And even with playing Age of Sigmar, realizing how crucial that 3-inch range is before a charge. 4 inches is it's a surprisingly long distance when you really think about it. So, right, we got gifted pilots. So, if in your movement phase a vehicle or monster model with this tenant does not move or moves a distance less than half of its movement characteristic until the end of the turn when resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by that model, re-roll the wound roll of 1. You've suddenly become Cadia.
I love that and monster.
And monster. What has the monster keyword? I'm assuming is it the battle suit that has it has the rail rifle on the shoulder and the missile nipples?
Riptides do, don't they?
Storm Surge.
Right.
No,
I thought it was just the crew dogs.
it is just it is.
Oh really? Why?
Because a
Wait,
monster.
no, sorry, the crew dogs hasn't got any fucking rules, Josh.
Really?
It does in the Forge Ruled Index, I'm fairly sure.
Let me go. Does Tau Melter go into melter range from that straight from Deep Strike for hybridized weaponry?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
it would.
So that gives you a lot of options depending on your
No,
playstyle.
Hybrid
because it-
Weaponry in a very specific list is fucking great,
Yeah, but you
but-
have to build a list around this.
but you're gonna get
Yeah.
zoned out, probably.
Yeah.
Especially against Marines now, because of infiltrators.
The reason why it does
Yeah.
increase melter range is because the melter rule specifies half range. Right?
Not of a set
Specifies
distance. So,
range.
yeah. So gifted pilots, advanced power cells. Tactical drone models with this 10 have a movement characteristic of 10.
Yeah.
We they go fast.
Fast marker light drones.
Fuck
How
yeah,
fast
they
are
just
Mark
zoom.
turns anyway?
6? Possibly 8.
Possibly 8. I think it's 8.
So
I mean,
there's-
it's there.
okay.
It's there.
Riptides are monsters, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
gifted
Yeah,
pilots for
okay.
Riptides would that kind of works. If you take
And
that
ghost
and stabilization
heals.
systems, because you don't have movement for penalty for moving and firing, and then gifted pilots, which means if you move less than your characteristic for any reason, then you reroll wound roll 1. Could be just convenient. So yeah, advanced power cells, blah blah blah. Maneuvering thrusters. A battlesuit unit with this tenant can advance when it falls back.
That's a really interesting one.
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Huh.
interesting, but yeah.
I guess you could fall out of combat and go really
like-
fast towards an objective.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but,
true.
You can also get very far away.
Then you got -1 to hit, which you cannot afford.
Well, you
If
might
take
got to
advantage,
save.
you have assault weapons.
You could save a cold stock commander if he lives.
If he lives, the big if.
Mm.
And then last one we've got is upgunned. Burst cannon models with this tenant are equipped with have a armor penetration characteristic of -1.
fucking amazing.
Flat across the board, -1 for all burst
Beautiful.
cannons.
Beautiful.
I don't know if this chains into one of the prototype weapon systems, but we'll get to that in a second. But overall, there's some interesting combinations. Obviously, from just a general discussion, we've already picked out some that would definitely work together. I think probably the best ones, obviously, stabilization systems, hardened warheads, gifted pilots can be good. Upgunned is amazing. And then maybe soldiers in arms is probably something to fall on the back foot. But it's again, a lot of these ones aren't going to be meta breaking, but they're just really nice to have, and it really just allows you to make the Tausept your own and still be able to play fairly competitively with it. Does anyone have any closing statements on these?
Fucking Upgunned is amazing because the amount of burst cannons you can take in Tau, it's great.
And they're quite cheap.
Everything, most of the stuff you put burst cannons on will take ATS, which means that you could end up with AP2 burst cannons or saving points. And then there's something you can do as well with you can get like a unit of like 6 battle suits drop in with 3 burst cannons each. Make it so they hit on 2s, and you can hit like 80 something times on average.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
So I think the best thing about the septs, well, just the sub factions in general that you can get is that you can just get a detachment, put a load of the similar unit in it, and then just customize that detachment, and then do a different detachment with a completely different sept, and it makes your army a lot better, really.
Yeah.
Marklights don't matter. It doesn't matter which keywords you have for Marklights, does it?
No,
don't think
it's
so.
just marker lights. It doesn't benefit sept. It benefits Tau.
Okay.
So, and Harita just adds in on the end, assault plus range on stealth suits tickles me fancy. Again, it's a nice option to have, just to have that extra 4-inch range.
Oh yeah, but and stealth suits will have burst cannons as well, so Upgunned makes them even more juicy. You take an ATS on every single stealth suit, so you've got AP2 stealth suits, which is
spicy. So, we're going to go on to the prototype weapon systems now. I think this is my favourite part of the Tau stuff. These are all amazing. So, I want to just double check, because I'll read the main bit first, and then we'll go through these one by one. So, if a Tau character is your warlord, rather than giving one of your Tau Empire character models a signature system, that's not a warlord trait, that's a relic, correct?
Yeah, it's a relic.
You can instead select a prototype weapon system for one Tau Empire unit in your army. To do so before the battle begins, select one Tau Empire unit from your army, select a prototype weapon system from the list below. The weapon system applies to the selected unit until the end of the battle. Named characters cannot be given any of them. Note that some prototype weapon systems are weapons that replace one or more existing weapons. Where this is the case, you must, if you are using the points, still pay the cost of the weapon that is being replaced. Write down the prototype weapon systems that your unit have on your roster. So you pay the cost for the weapon, and then you just make sure that you just specify which one you're using.
Yeah, standard.
Fucking dumb.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4,
So good.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 in here, and I think there's some really standout ones, but we'll go through. Reactive Countermeasures. Battlesuit model with a air-bursting fragmentation projector only. Ranged weapons with an AP characteristic of -1 or -2 are treated as having an AP characteristic of 0 when resolving attacks against a model with this weapon system.
This thing is actually quite good, but the other ones are better, which is why you probably wouldn't take it. But like you can literally have a fully kitted out unit that's switch a single weapon for that gun, and then you benefit from that.
Yeah.
Can you put it on an Iridium battlesuit so you got a 2-up save that ignores
AP -2?
You could do.
That's kind of cool.
But what is it? Abyss fragmentation. What's the stats of that gun? Fuck, I forgot. It's a good weapon. It's not amazing because it's D6. It's D6 sharp, strength 4. But you can shoot for walls, which is nice. But it's only 18-inch range, so it's good. It's not amazing.
You wouldn't take it for the gun. You'd take it for the upgrade.
Yeah, but you could literally just put one in a unit.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And I think only crisis suits can take it though.
Only battle suits, yeah.
Well, I mean, battle suits is pretty much almost every unit in your army.
Yeah. So
but I mean, like
carry on.
I mean, like the airburst gun can only be on crisis suits and members, I think.
Fair enough then. So we have Fusion Obliterator. I love some of these names. It's for a Ghost Keel battlesuit model only. The weapon system replaces a Fusion Collider that has the following profile: range 24, heavy 3, strength 9, -4 d6 damage. When resolving an attack made with this weapon against the unit within half range, roll an additional d6 when inflicting damage with it, and discard one of the dice. So it's similar to the thing for Shadow Sun, but it's having flat 3 numbers and having a flat 3 amount of shots is always nice instead of variable. The
difference between this and the normal Fusion Collider is it has an extra 6-inch range. Sorry.
Yep.
Which is good. And yeah, you have flat 3 instead of heavy D3.
Is it heavy D3?
And it's got 1 more strength.
So yeah, strength. Putting it just by 1 more strength can help a lot of things, including that means you're wounding the Dominus Knights on 3s. Yep. So, which is always nice instead of 4s because they're toughness 8. Well, actually, not all knights are toughness 8, aren't they? Yes. Yeah. See, this is why I asked you guys here because I don't fucking remember anything.
Unless you have Chaos Knights.
But you're going to be taking.
What do you mean?
There's clear standouts that we will see that you would definitely take over this.
Oh yeah.
Basically,
Chaos Knights have Household Infernal table, and one of the results is +1 toughness.
Oof.
What?
Oh, Chaos Knights are better.
It's per turn, Judge.
Oh,
it changes per turn.
So you can either you take 1 mortal wound, you roll a d3, +1 strength and damage to a single weapon, +1 toughness. Or it's I believe +2 move, or maybe +4 move.
Oh,
one of them helps you shoot though, right?
Yeah, +1 strength and damage on one.
Yeah, that's the one. That one's busted.
But you can instead take D3 mortal wounds, and you can choose one.
Yeah.
The thing is, obviously though, even if you're toughness 9, you're wounding on 4s instead of 5, so it's still nice.
Exactly.
+2 movement. And then +1 to advance and charge. Yeah. So Parit is also confirming that in the chat. Yeah. So we've got Advanced EM Scrambler for a Ghost Keel. Enemy units that are set up on the battlefield as reinforcements cannot be set up within 12.
That one's.
It's nice depending on how aggressive you're being.
You're not gonna really take it, I don't think.
No, but it's Oh, Parit is also a Chaos Knight player. There we go then. It's nice to have several people on this council to confirm these things. But yeah, it's a nice to have.
Playing against infiltrators, they are so tricky to shift.
Oh yeah.
And they've got that you can't deep strike within 12.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they have a huge board presence. Ghost Keel isn't like a unit.
Yeah, on a Ghost Keel, its unit can't hide in a building. It's
unless you're Grey Knights.
Though. They are very hard to shift Ghost Keels.
At the end of the day, though, you're going to try and kill a Ghost Keel anyway. You might not have to. You could ignore a unit. You can't really ignore a Ghost Keel, so you're going to try and kill it.
Yeah. That's fair. High capacitance? Railgun? That's a really weird word. Capacitance.
That's
it's capacitance. Yeah.
Capacitance. I know. I've never seen that word in my life.
Yeah, it sounds like it's supposed to be high capacity railgun, but you know.
Yeah.
It's because it's electronics.
I see.
Actually, way better than I thought it was. Hang on, what the fuck? I've not seen this.
So let's have a look. It's for the Hammerhead gunship. Model equipped with a railgun only. This weapon system replaces a railgun with the following profile: solid shot, 60-inch range, heavy 2, strength 10, -4 d6 damage, and submunitions, 60-inch range, heavy 4d3, strength 6, -1 damage. When making an attack roll with a solid shot, while making a attack roll made with a solid shot profile, a wound roll of a 6+ inflicts D3 mortal wounds on the target in addition to any other damage.
Yeah. I knew the solid shot one. That's just double the shots. That is quite nice.
Yeah.
Although weirdly has less range. Not that it matters.
Is it by
60
4?
range. No, it's only 72.
Yeah.
But again, literally doesn't matter. But so submunitions, the secondary shot.
Yeah.
It's normally heavy D6. The fact that it's not heavy 2d6 and 4d3 is fucking amazing. I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to spike more.
It's not not best, but
it's cool. It's a nice little thing. Right, the Gatling Burst Cannon, which I think will gets upgraded from Upgunned, and I don't know if they've FAQ'd that. So someone may have to check.
Oh shit, I haven't thought about that.
So Commander XV8 Crisis Battlesuits, Bodyguards, and Ghost Keels. With this weapon system replaces each burst cannon that the model in this unit are equipped with and has the following profile. 18-inch range, Assault 4, Strength 5, AP 0, minus 1 damage. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, an unmodified hit roll of 6 scores an additional hit.
So it's actually quite important to note this. Yeah. We don't know if it gets benefits from up gun, and if they FAQ that it does,
I believe it would, because it's a burst cannon.
yeah.
And you have a burst cannon in your army, which means this suddenly becomes -1 with which can Tesla. It
Yeah,
only
but
gets
if
one additional, but
they-
that's still good.
If
There's a
they,
couple-
if they do FAQ it and they're like, yeah, it's burst cannon weapons, which is, the thing is, they say burst cannons, not burst cannon weapons, like bolt weapons or something like a different book.
Yeah, it just says burst cannon models.
If it changes to burst cannon weapons for the upguns,
Yeah.
it would actually also include the heavy burst cannon, which is the Riptide's burst cannon, the big gun on the Riptide.
The high yield burst cannons as well on some models.
Ooh,
Real scary stuff.
very scary. But now we move on. So networked marker lights for Pathfinders only. This weapon system replaces each marker light in this unit that are equipped with and has the following profile. Range 36, Assault 1. So you get double range? What's the range on marker lights as it is?
Headphones that you're cutting out.
30 inches, I believe.
30 inches. So you get an extra 6-inch range in your Assault 1.
Instead of heavy.
Oh, it's a heavy thing. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's the best. I wouldn't probably take it if I was playing Tau, but if people want to just spam out marker lights,
It's the sort of thing where if you've got a big unit of
Pathfinders.
you can move them, and it's like one command point for an
Yeah.
extra relic. And
Again, though, you have so many
if
nice
Tower
options.
that role.
However,
a lot.
I'm pretty sure that there is no command point to give an additional weapon system.
Yeah, well, if you get another relic, you can get another weapon system.
Oh, is that how that works?
I would have thought so, because it's instead of a relic, right?
What do you call it?
Yeah, I think that's how I've generally seen it played. Yeah.
Instead of,
Instead
so
of
it's-
giving a signature system, you can select a... Oh, so you can have 2.
you know, three.
Nice.
3, yeah.
Wow.
Which you probably will. You probably are going to take the 3 of these.
Oh, yeah.
You might take 1 relic, because... So out of the Tau relics, literally all of them, well, for the most part, are garbage. Except for... There's the engram chip, which is like CP farming one. Which is... Where is it?
Because you reroll as well.
What is it? What's promote? You get a single reroll, which is either for you or a sept unit within 6 inches of the bureau. Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
that's nice.
And if you're Battleforge, whenever you or your opponent spends a stratagem on a 6, you get a command,
Yeah,
which is
okay.
good. But again, some of these are better than that.
Yep.
So it is again very subjective because some of these are insane.
That's true. But that's that's a nice thing. It's giving all those options for people. So,
Speaking of good ones,
Annihilation Warheads for the Storm Surge. Nice segue. When resolving an attack made with a destroyer missile from this model, if it scores a hit, do not roll to determine the number of mortal wounds. It suffers flat 3.
Yeah, this thing is nuts.
That seems amazing to
It's
me.
really good.
Just having flat, that's the thing is, I will always advocate to have flat 3 instead of variable damage.
Well, it's mortal wounds.
Exactly, it's
So if
flat 3
you-
mortal wounds.
If you light something up properly with marker lights, you'll be hitting on 3s, which is still not great.
Yeah.
And you're probably gonna choose to re-roll all of these with Kaon.
Yeah.
That's how many? He's got I think 4 missiles.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 destroying missiles. You could just do 12 mortal wounds to something. That can kill the well. How many wounds is the 500 not actually?
13.
14, isn't it?
14.
13 or
Yeah.
I
14.
thought it was
You can
16.
do a lot of damage to Leviathan Dread. Not that.
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
probably pass them on though, because it's dumb. But the point is, you can. Point is, they can literally just chunk any.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That-
you
that
fire,
seems like
you
a
fire
really good
all of
counter.
those. You fire all those missiles, and the intercessor squad next to the Leviathan Dread is going to have a very bad
Well,
day.
if you just shoot the squads around it first with other things, although that's a lot
Yeah.
harder,
Yeah.
then you can just
Yeah,
slap off.
Kill his entire army first, and then shoot.
To be fair, they do put the
Question.
entire army in range.
What
don't they?
is what's the range of a destroyer missile?
like 60?
60. So you've got a huge amount of range. It means if you're playing a normal game, you're most likely going to get first strike off of that because of the wounds being passed off if you go up against Iron Hands. Or if you're doing ITC, it means you're more likely to get kill more. Which
Yeah,
for some players in ITC that can be huge.
There's also a really good point in chat that you're not halving the damage. 12 more.
Yeah.
And say you can't reduce the damage of mortal wounds. That's why I'm saying it's so good.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I really like that.
I didn't realize that it normally does D3 mortal wounds. I thought it had a stat line, like sticky missiles,
Yeah.
but it's still busted. It's still good.
But yeah, it still just does flat
Flat
D3.
three. It's
No,
so
flat 3,
nice.
sorry.
It doesn't take no line of sight though, like I thought it did, but the Storm Surge is a big chair that you could, so he's tall enough that it shouldn't really matter.
Absolute chair.
He just looks over the top of the building.
I mean, if you give him the huge guns, you can just measure from the tip of it. Which
That's true. Always measure from the tip, lads. So we'll go to accelerated photon grenades. Anything that has photon grenades, the weapon system replaces each one the models in this unit are equipped with and has the following profile. 12-inch range grenade D6 can only target infantry. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, if a hit is scored, do not make a wound. Instead, the target is shocked until the end of the start of your next turn. When resolving an attack made with a melee weapon by a model from that shocked unit, they are -1 to hit. In addition, they cannot advance, and any charge rolls for shocked units are halved.
It is pretty
That's-
fucking good because if they
That's
charge,
awesome.
this you might take actually.
Yeah.
which
You only
doesn't
need to
sound-
hit once.
because it doesn't sound as strong as other things, but you could have like one unit mixed in with all of your lads who are just in like in your middle of your gun line with this, so that if anyone gets charged,
Yeah.
you can, for the greater good, throw this grenade at that unit and it's half their charge. Which is
Against certain matchups, this will be like an incredible choice.
yeah, I guess like orcs, it could be really.
Yeah,
Say, for
orcs,
example-
orcs and Gene Stealer cults.
Say, for example, you want to just make sure that fucking you managed to
Smash
get
Captain,
yeah,
even.
you managed to get one hit with this on a Smash Captain in using from the greater good. That can be huge because if they're running a Thunderhammer, they're probably if it's Burning Blade it's fine, but if it's a Thunderhammer for example, it's proper Smash Captain. They're already hitting on 3s in melee,
Well,
which means
well,
they're
the main
hitting on
thing-
4s.
The main thing is just make sure they don't even get in. And you
Yeah,
just-
also true.
And
Also
if
true.
you're running Tau as well, you'll be hit on 5s in the Overwatch,
Oh,
which means that you're fucking mint. And
Yeah.
make sure you hit the grenade.
you just
It-
have
it
you
is
just have to bank on that
good.
grenade.
Also, it's
Mhm.
worth noting as well with this. So, because the thing is, they already have a grenade, right? Which upgrades. They probably stack, which means that if you have one unit throw this grenade and another unit throw another grenade, they'll
Yeah,
have -2 to hit in combat.
because it doesn't say it doesn't stack.
Yeah. So if you have one person throw a photon grenade, one person throw this, two separate weapons, it'll be -2 to hit in combat.
Yeah, which is
pretty
very
fucking
tasty.
good.
What's the range on the grenades? 6 inches.
12.
Oh, is it 12?
This
Okay.
one's 12.
Okay.
That's very nice. Okay.
Yeah. So moving on, crosslink stabilizer jets for commanders. It's just for the XV8 and a commander. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model in this unit,
I keep cutting out. Hell.
No.
They're both 12 inches.
yeah. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model in this unit, reroll hit rolls of 1 and wound rolls of 1, just flat.
Nah, don't bother.
It's nice
Yeah.
to have.
Yeah.
Magna Rail
better.
Rifle, my absolute favorite in this book because it makes broadsides with rail rifles way more viable.
Oh, it makes them insane.
So, broadside battlesuits only. This weapon system replaces each heavy rail rifle in this unit are equipped with and has the following profile. Magnum Air Rifle, 60-inch range, heavy 2, always nice. Strength 9, -4 d6 damage. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, a wound roll of a 6 inflicts 1 mortal wound in addition. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, a damage roll of a 1 or a 2 counts as a 3. You've got an entire squad that can have 6 Onaga Dunecrawler neutron laser shots at 60-inch range, and it's already amazing.
It's also
Yes,
it's
it's
also at
better.
strength fucking 9.
Yeah, strength 9. Well, because Onaga's a strength 10. The Repulse Executioner's
Yeah.
gun is strength 10.
But the heavy
There's
rail
there's
rifle,
no difference.
the heavy rail rifle is usually strength 8.
Yeah, so you get +1 strength.
So you can
It's
put some
-4,
strength on top of that.
and the fact that you're only going to usually take... You max is 3 in a unit?
Yeah, you're gonna take 3 and give them this.
Oh yeah, you're going to take 3, you're going to drop this
Amazing.
on them, that's 6 shots. Plus with other buffs, hitting on crazy good, strength 9. Minimum 3 damage. Minimum 3. That makes them
you-
so hard to shift.
You probably won't hit them crazy good. Mainly the rerolls. Like, it's hard to get +1 to hit, but
Yeah.
you probably KO on them in like a turn and just fucking reroll everything.
I think if you're taking this, you're going to do that.
Yeah.
I just love
the
it.
next one though.
Yeah. The Amplified Ion Accelerator for the Riptide. This weapon system replaces Ion Accelerator, has the following profile. So standard 72-inch range, heavy 6, strength 8, -4, flat 3 damage. Overcharge, which is interesting.
It's
72 inches, heavy 6, strength 9, -4, 3 plus D3.
so this is good on so many levels.
For each hit roll of
because-
1, if it's overcharged, it takes a mortal wound after shooting this weapon. Yeah,
So it goes from heavy D6 to being flat 6,
which I already love because it's flat
and then
numbers.
it goes from not standard. Oh, it also goes to AP 3 to 4.
Yep.
It goes from the standard shot being D3 damage to flat 3, and the overcharge shot normally being 3 damage.
So it's
3
3 plus
D3.
D3, which I think is funny.
Yeah. And then the other thing that's amazing about this is
Hmm.
normally, if you want to shoot 6 shots instead of rolling a D6, you spend a command point to overcharge it, so you can do 2 Nova Reactor things, so you get a 3-up invuln and shoot all of your shots. Now you don't. You don't need. You are basically already overcharging, like Nova charging constantly.
Oh
so you
yeah, of
just
course you are. And yeah, it's nice because I've never seen a weapon do 3 plus D3.
Also, you would never take the Ion Accelerator before this.
Yeah, this gives you a reason to take it, which means you're spending less points, which means
Well,
you
now
can
it's the
spend the
best
points elsewhere.
It's now the best anti-tank gun in the game.
Because
by
of this one relic.
a lot. Yeah, no, by like a fucking mile as well. I don't think there's anything else that does damage
Mm.
with a maximum of 6. That's stupid.
Yeah.
I love it, but Reptiles are scary, and now they got this. So that's
Makes them way cooler. Right, last thing. High-powered incinerators. Battlesuit only, where it places each flame on the model. It is range 8, obviously. Assault D6, strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage. And then, when resolving an attack made with this weapon against a unit that is within half range, add +1 to its strength.
it's fucking garbage.
I mean, sure.
Compared to everything else. this
Compared to
one is-
everything else, but yeah. There's some really standout things in this list. Obviously, Magnum Air Rifle, Amplified Ion Accelerator, the Photon Grenades, the Gatling Burst Cannon.
I love the Gatling Burst Cannon.
It's
'cause
just good.
the amount of hits you can get over like a 6 crisis suits all with that.
Oh,
It's so dumb because they
Yeah.
take 3 each.
yeah, but I think the two that stand out the most are these two. The Magnum Air Rifle and the Amplified Ion Accelerator.
Oh yeah.
I do not see a point in not taking them in every list.
The amplified ion accelerator, does the regular ion accelerator do damage to the bearer for each hit roll of 1, or if you roll a 1?
If you roll a 1.
Okay, because this one is for each.
Oh yeah. You're rerolling once.
Interesting.
So it doesn't matter too
Can I
much.
get the repeat on the Incinerator? Oh yeah, sure. It is, yeah, high-powered Incinerator. 8-inch range, assault D6, strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, do not make a hit roll, it automatically scores a hit. When resolving an attack made with this weapon against a unit that is within half range, so within 4 inches of you, add 1 to the strength characteristic of this weapon for that attack. I mean,
Could get really close.
that's pretty close just to be strength 5.
Although if you took this, no, you'd still be out. I was gonna say if you took this with the one that gave you +4 range,
Yeah.
you'd still be.
No, it's still bad.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
So, we're going to do the Tower Empire stratagems, and then we'll go into the fast side stuff. So we'll try and speed through this.
The
Oh.
+4 range one makes flamers maybe viable, and then like you're not gonna take a relic.
Mm. Unless you're secretly a salamander player. Secretly. So,
I
Tower
love-
Empire
I love
stratagems.
the-
They've got 3, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15 stratagems here. I will do well, just to speed things up, we'll do a once over of these, and then we'll discuss at the end. So, Sworn Bodyguards, 1 CP. Use this stratagem in the fight phase, when a Crisis Bodyguards unit from your army is chosen to fight with. Until the end of that turn, when resolving attack with a melee weapon by a model in that unit, whilst within 3 inches of a sept character, you can reroll the hit and the wound. Cool. 1 CP, yeah.
My melee unit.
Melee. I mean, it works for Farsight. Aerial targeting.
Just Farsight himself, though, but
Just him. That's all you need.
and he
And he's
can't
always-
even use it because he's
Yeah,
tired.
he's also within 3 inches of himself.
No, but he's not a bodyguard.
Yeah, he's not a bodyguard.
Oh,
so he
no.
can't use it.
There goes the fucking light. That almost fell over and fucked
That's-
everything. There you go.
Of course, I can spend a command point to reroll hit rolls anyway now.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Aerial targeting. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase. Select one enemy unit until the end of that phase when resolving an attack with a ranged weapon by a model in your army in that unit. Against that unit, treat them as having one or more marker lights than it actually has. So
Amazing.
so you get just an extra 1 CP, get an extra marker light, technically.
Amazing. Yep, great.
Can be nice. Deadly aim. Use this stratagem in the shooting phase for your MV-71 sniper drones unit from your army that is chosen to shoot with. Until the end of that phase, the AP characteristic of long shot pulse rifles in that unit are equipped with is improved by 1. In addition, until the end of the phase, when resolving an attack with a long shot pulse rifle within half range, the AP characteristic goes up by a further 1. So if they're within half range, it's AP minus 2 for 2 CP.
I've no idea how good sniper drones are,
They're good,
but
they're good,
that sounds
they're good.
fun.
That does sound kind of. It
Sniper's
sounds
really
kind of stupid. I've just been handed
Well-
Tortellini.
People do take sniper drones. They're really good.
So it's a 2 CP stratagem, but if you've got enough points, I can see it getting use. Harita seems to agree as well.
They're also rapid fire.
Mm.
So half range is good for them.
Wisdom of the Many, 1 CP. Use this stratagem in your movement phase. Select one ethereal from your army. Until the end of that phase, it can invoke 1 additional elemental power using its invocation of the element's ability, so long as that elemental power has not already been invoked by a unit in that phase.
Very good.
Just utility.
It's nice.
Pulse Onslaught for a Breacher team. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase when a Breacher team unit from your army is chosen to shoot with. Until the end of that phase, the range characteristic of the close range and medium range profiles for the Pulse Blasters are equipped is increased to 15 inches.
It's good.
1 CP. Kind of nice. I don't know the stats, but...
Oh, it's gross.
So, we'll cover that. We'll cover that in a sec. Modulated Weaponry. 1 CP. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase when a sept model, other than a Titanic model, from your army is chosen to shoot with. Until the end of that phase, do not roll to determine the type characteristic of heavy weapons of that model that is equipped with. They always have their maximum value. Boost the shots for 1 CP. Always nice.
Absolutely insane on White-Eyed.
Big oof.
Oh yeah.
Rain of
White
Fire.
Eyes, big old flamers.
Ooh.
Yep.
So we've got Rain of Fire, 1 CP. Use it for a Vespid Stingwings unit in the shooting
Way.
phase. Until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack with a ranged weapon by a model in that unit, if it was set up using the Plunge from the Sky ability, you can reroll the hit. They remember that
Yeah,
Vespids exist, and still no one will take them.
Look. That
Uh,
looks stupid.
Yeah. Coordinated Engagement for 2 CP. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase, select 1 Crisis Battlesuit or Bodyguards unit from your army, and select 1 enemy unit. Until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made by a model from that Battlesuits or Bodyguards unit against the chosen enemy unit, treat that enemy as having 5 marker lights. Can be nice. Just
Really,
5
really,
marker
really
lights.
good.
For 2 CP, yeah, no, that's probably a good price. If it was less, it'd be
Yeah.
more busted.
Yeah, plus one to hit, ignore cover, reroll ones to hit.
Yeah.
And you could move and shoot all of your weapons. Although you do striking, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, Alex, we're about to get... well, here's a crude one for you. Ambushing Predators. Use this stratagem in your opponent's charge phase. Select 1 Crute unit from your army. Until the end of that phase, it can heroically intervene as if it were a character. In addition, if the unit performs a heroic intervention in that phase, it can do... No, in the phase it can do. So if there are enemy units within 6 instead of 3, and then they can move up to 6
God.
instead of 3.
That's
gonna fight-
actually fairly cool.
It's
It's really
cool.
cool. It's not very good, but it's really cool.
It's really cool. It's
They're
interesting.
like old space wolves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but for
Crute,
Crute...
right? Strength 4 with 1 attack.
Yay!
Yeah.
The tactical marines, but worse.
Yeah!
That's it. That's them.
If they could kill something, it would be
Ooh.
amazing. But
Brute Riders, a strength 6 with 2 attacks
Oh.
with 2 damage.
Mm.
Pretty tasty.
Why does a Crutox not have any AP? Sorry.
I don't
What
know.
the fuck?
However, there's actually a stratagem that covers that. We'll get to that in a sec. Seasoned Sniper. Use it for one firesight marksman from your army until the end of the phase. Ranged weapons that models equipped with can target a character, even if it's not the closest enemy unit. Just being able to shoot a character. Cool.
Who can do that?
The firesight marksman.
The snipers.
Oh, okay.
Not the sniper drones, just the marksman.
Well, anybody could shoot characters.
Hidden Hunters for 1 CP. Use this stratagem at the start of your opponent's shooting phase. Select 1 recruit unit from your army until the end of that phase when resolving an attack with a ranged weapon against that unit whilst it's receiving the benefit of cover. Subtract -1 to hit and add 1 to the saving roll. What? Right, until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon against that unit, whilst it's receiving the benefit of cover, subtract -1 from the hit roll and add 1 to the saving throw.
So you get +2 to save in cover, -1 to hit while in cover.
Oh, right, so if you choose it on a, you choose a recruit unit, and that recruit unit is -1 to hit and +1 cover.
Yeah.
Okay, right. I read that wrong. I was like, why are you suddenly giving the enemy unit -1 to hit and +1? What the fuck? That seems weird.
Giving the crew a 4-up save.
Yeah.
Or if you're up against Imperial Fists, nothing.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, Pack Alpha. Use this stratagem before the battle. Select 1 Crude Shaper model from your army. Until the end of the battle, when making an advance roll or charge roll for a friendly crit unit within 6, roll an additional d6 and discard 1 of the dice. They can potentially go further. Cool. 1 CP for Raging Beasts. Use this stratagem when a Crutrox Rider is chosen to fight within the fight waves and until the end of that phase. Models in that unit have an attack characteristics of 4. In addition, until the end of the phase, the AP characteristic of Crutox Fists models in that unit are equipped is improved by 2.
It just should be the stats anyway.
Yeah, but you spend 1 CP and you get it. Point Blank Volley. Use this stratagem at the start of your shooting phase. Select 1 set unit from your army. Until the end of that phase, Pulse Blasters, Pulse Carbines, and Pulse Rifles in that unit are equipped with have a type characteristic of Pistol 2. In addition, until the end of the phase, models in that unit cannot be affected by the Volley Fire ability.
Aw.
Pulse Blasters can't anyway, so that's something.
Yeah. The last one, Promising Pupil. Use the stratagem before the battle. After nominating your Warlord, select 1 set character model from your army that does not have a Warlord trait, and give them a Warlord trait.
Yeah, that's my standard.
Always great.
Each Warlord in your trait must be unique. So 1 CP, let's just give them an extra Warlord trait.
Our Warlord traits are alright.
Yeah.
So you might do it.
Pulse Onslaught does seem good. I was about to say, if there's any ones in particular you want to pick at, feel free now. While I eat some chocolate.
The fucking... What is it? Pulse Onslaught's my favourite. Shotguns. Especially considering if you have +4 inch range of assault weapons, then 19 inch range short weapon profile for the shotgun, which is an assault 2, strength 6, AP2 weapon. Which is
that's kind of nuts.
Which is normally 5 inch range. The Seasoned Sniper one's weird because the only thing a Firesight Marksman has is a pulse rifle and then a Markalite.
Yeah, but he can coordinate engagement on Suit Bomb. Which one's coordinate engagement?
Oh, that's so Crisis Suits drop and they get 5 Markalites, which means they hit
That
on
seems
3s.
good. That seems
It
nice.
is another. You can make suits veterans with Farsight Enclaves, which means they hit on 3s, and when they use this on them, they hit on 2s.
Yep.
And then so what you do is you take a unit of 6 with the new super burst cannons.
Yep.
You give them all 3 each in a unit of 6. You drop them in. They're rerolling 1s, hitting on 2s, exploding on 6s.
Goodbye, whatever it is that they're shooting at.
It's so expensive, but
Oh, it's expensive, but yeah, it's good.
It's very spicy. Okay. But obviously, then you got aerial targeting for just giving them possible marker light, because if you just get under the one you need, just pop a CP and you get it.
Yeah, if you get 4, just
Yeah. But I think there's a lot of strong stratagems here, and they definitely see a lot of use. So we've got the 8, which is the exact same from from Chapter Approved.
Yeah.
But they get an additional Septenant. I don't know if this was here. They get Devastating Counter-Strike. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model with this tenant against a unit within 6, you can reroll the wound roll of 1.
That bit is the same.
That bit's okay. That bit is the same. I thought that was different.
Yeah. Everything else is new and fucking as not on the 8, but like the Farsight Enclave stuff.
No, the Farsight Enclave stuff, which we're getting to now, because cannot be fucked to look at a daily sheet that is 2 pages.
Oh no, fuck that.
Fuck
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But the forces of the Farsight Enclave, getting their own little supplement is always nice. So they all have their additional Septenant is Aggressive Footing, where resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model in this unit against an enemy unit within 12. Treat that enemy as having 1 more marker light than it actually has.
It's really good.
That does seem really good.
So good. Because you're deep striking crisis suits, they're gonna be running once. They're just within 12, probably.
Try not to crunch my my garlic bread too hard. So we've got 6 stratagems here, specific for 1 to 2 CP for Veteran Cadre. Use the stratagem before the battle. Select 1 Crisis Battlesuit or Crisis Bodyguard unit from your army that contains 3 models for 1 command point, or 4 or more for 2. Models in that unit have a weapon skill characteristic of 4+, and a ballistic skill of 3+. You can only use the stratagem once per battle.
I mean, they should hit on 3s anyway. Crisis suits just should, or you should be able to take veteran crisis suits. Because at the end of the day, the way Tau work is you're a fire warrior, then you upgrade to a sergeant, then you upgrade to being a crisis suit, which is basically means you're a veteran at that point, and then you become a sergeant of crisis suits and become a commander. So they should hit on 3s, but at least you can make them hit on 3s now.
Yeah, and if you've got a giant blob of them, making you have to spend 2 CP on it, but it's there.
Oh, it's worth it.
Oh, I missed out the commander's rule. So if you're playing a match play game with a battlefield army, you can include no more than 2 Farsight Enclave commanders in each detachment.
Oh yeah.
That's probably for obviously that's a balancing thing.
It's to compensate for you have no ethereals.
Thing is, probably not going to take. I mean, they're good, but you might not take 6. It's fucking expensive, but they're still nice.
Yeah.
It also means you don't have to run 3 detachments. You could probably just run a double battalion.
Dual battalion.
But then again, multiple detachments is nice, especially if you want to do some stuff with.
Normally only 1.
Yeah. Normally it's 1 per detachment.
Yeah, so usually you would take 3 detachments. You can get 3,
I see.
like,
so you can get away with a dual battalion, and then not have to try and play as much.
Yeah, and you can take
as much troop tax.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really much tax because you're gonna take 3 elites and stuff anyway.
Yeah.
But having battalions is nice.
That's fair. So back to the stratagems. We've got Furious Assault for 1 CP. Use the stratagem in your charge phase. When a jetpack unit from your model finishes a charge move, for each model in that unit, select 1 enemy unit within 1 inch of that model and roll a d6. On a 3+, it takes a mortal wound.
It's so good.
That's quite nice. Just yeet into a unit and do some mortal wounds.
Crisis suits don't quite. It's fluffy for 1 because you want to be melee-ish.
Yeah.
If your crisis suits don't quite kill anything when you've got 6 of them, you go up and just do a bunch of mortal wounds.
1 CP. What was that?
Get an Onager Gauntlet in there so you get that power fist.
Oh,
it's on a commander though.
Yeah.
So, danger close. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase when a breacher team or strike team from your army is chosen to shoot with. Until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack with a ranged weapon by a model in that unit against an enemy unit within 12, you get to re-roll the wound roll.
Good. So good. Real wounds is just so rare.
Because it's it's just the wound roll. So you can vary. Hopefully you can try and spike for whatever reason you need to. 2 CP for defense in numbers. Use the stratagem in the fight phase or your opponent's shooting phase. When a Crisis Battlesuit or Crisis Bodyguards unit from your army is chosen as the target for an attack, To the end of the phase, they get when the model would lose a wound on it. Roll a d6 on a 5+. The wound is not lost. So 2 CP for a unit for whatever reason, and they get a 5 up feel on the pain on top of everything else.
It's really nice.
Focused Fury. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase when a character model from your army is chosen to shoot with. Until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made by that model, you can re-roll the wound roll. Again, it's another 1 CP for re-rolling wounds.
On your commanders, it is in.
Yeah, because it's only for characters.
Well, no, it's amazing because like your commanders hit on 2s, so
Yeah.
you're gonna hit most of the shots. And you take like triple sight like Ion Rifle.
And just
If you're Farsight Enclaves as well, which this is, your commander's probably going to hit on 2s or rolling 1s.
oh
Yeah, well, yeah. So a cold star battlesuit. What often happens is you'll jump all the way across the board doing your suicide mission to kill this one thing, hit everything, and then you just throw a bunch of fucking 2 wound. With this, you're gonna reroll everything. You're gonna get a few wounds. You will annihilate. Such.
it's very spicy. Last one, Firestorm. By the way, make sure to pick up any books or anything if you are from firestorm.co.uk. I don't have an affiliate code yet, but that will change. So Firestorm. Use the stratagem at the end of your movement phase. Select up to 3 Tau Empire units with the Flyer Battlefield roll. Cost 1 CP, 1 additional CP for each selected unit. Roll 1d6 for each enemy unit within 3. On a 4-up, it takes d3 mortal wounds. Cool. It's like, hey, something's charged you. It's the Flyer Battlefield roll, which I find weird.
Wait.
Not anything with the fly keyword, just the Flyer Battlefield roll. And then
No
just...
one takes it anyway.
Yeah.
You say that, but what did you have in the last tournament?
He's just trying.
Three big old deck of jets.
Yes, the Tau Flyers, isn't it?
Yeah. It's select 3 Tau Flyers, George.
Yeah,
Oh, I read-
You're never
I'm
going to
sorry.
take Tau Flyers.
You're not gonna take the
My
Tau Flyers.
mistake. I read
It's
that
really,
as
really good though.
Is it?
Really, for 1 CP, yeah, that's quite nice. That's a lot. That's a big area. It's 3 separate flyers anywhere across the board. At the end of your movement phase, you can move them first and afford to take 2 mortal wounds. That's quite nice.
Yeah. So
But it just sucks because the Tau Flyers aren't there.
Yeah, that's
See,
fair.
you
That's the other thing.
you know the thing I can do with the Doom Scythes, where they just drop a bomb essentially, does mortal wounds in a big circle.
Yeah.
That's that, except you can do it 3 times.
Well, you can't stack it on the same unit though.
No. You can do it in 3 separate places.
And it's 1 CP per unit you pick. So it becomes
No, it's
3
3.
CP if you pick 3.
No,
Yeah.
it's 3, and then 1 CP for each additional extra one on top. Right?
Yeah. So
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
have
Yeah, sorry, I read that
That's
wrong.
No, never mind. You're right. That's weird. Up to 3. So 3 is the max, and you pay 1 for each flyer.
Yeah, so you can use that
So
one
you
for
pick-
1 CP, and then for
Wait.
3 using
Oh,
3
hang
in
on,
total.
hold on. Wait. No, it's an additional 1 for each selected unit. So it costs 1 CP to activate the stratagem. The first one you pick costs an extra CP. So this costs 2 to 4.
Huh. That's really weird.
Does...
I think that needs a reword. That needs to be FAQ'd, because that does not
yeah,
read well.
that probably means beyond the first.
Yeah, I would assume that be beyond the first. Because just 1 CP to turn it on, and then 1 CP to pick something, seems stupid. So, but we'll move on. Enclave Relics. You got 3 relics to choose from. The Mirror Codex. When resolving an attack made by a model with this relic against a unit as within 18, you can re-roll the hit roll, flat. Because, oh yes, this is I stole this from the Imperium. This is the fan fiction that Farsight decided to write after buying the Codex Astartes.
That one's kind of shit because you hit them on 2s, rerolling 1s when you're in 12 anyway.
Mm.
But it's just a little bit extra range. So
Yeah.
And for for your characters, chances are what you're shooting as Marklight or something.
It's very good against stacked minuses to hit. Just something that Terry usually struggle with. So it has fringe cases, I think.
But so
But
yeah,
the
we got
thing
fan
is that
fiction.
all of these will then also take the place of the weapons options. prototype.
Trying to lay it flat.
Yeah.
There we go. Right. So yeah. So after that, we got fanfiction.net, and we've got the Talisman of Arthur's Moloch. A model with this relic has a 5-up invuln save. A model with this relic can attempt to resist 1 psychic power in your in the opponent's psychic phase, in the same manner as a psyker taking a Deny the Witch test, if that model's within 24 of the enemy model manifesting that power.
That's
So
nice.
yeah, it's kind of nice,
That's
just
really good.
because there's a guard relic which was in the Vigilist detachment for the Tempestus, which does the same thing.
Well, the thing is, there's no psychers. for Tau.
Exactly. So having the ability to deny at least one thing.
It's good.
Seismic Fibrillator Node. Once per battle, at the start of your opponent's turn, you can choose to activate this relic. If you do so until the end of that turn, when a model starts or ends a move within 6 inches of a model with this relic, roll a d6. On a 1, it takes a mortal wound. It's just a fucking vibration field that if they walk into it, they die.
Gotta love some fibrillation.
I will say, though, that you have to remember that the Fastlight Enclave's relic Codex, the fusion blades, they are the
Yeah.
coolest relic.
Mm.
So it's
Yeah,
just,
the coolest.
you can shoot, you basically get a melee weapon, make 2 attacks, which is just basically, you shoot 2 melters in melee combat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
So last thing, we got the Warlord traits, which we'll go through, and then we're not really going to look at the tactical objectives.
So,
Warlord
Blooded Through
traits.
War is the one in the Codex, I think.
Bloody Through War. When a morale test is taken for a friendly Farsight Enclave unit with the Bonding Knife Ritual whilst within 12 of the Warlord, it automatically passes on a 4+ instead of a 6.
Okay.
Kind of cool. Aggressive Tactician. Commanders only. When this Warlord declares Modcar, it affects friendly Farsight Enclaves within 12 instead of 6. That seems nice. Then Master of the Killing Blow. When resolving an attack made by this Warlord against a character, you can re-roll the hit roll.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's okay if you got like a combat relic, again, like Fusion Blade.
You take the Fusion Blades, you take that, and you go and charge a Leviathan Dreadnought.
The thing is, you're not gonna. None of them are gonna be better than the standard one you take, which is through Unity Devastation.
Yeah.
You might pay a command point for them, though. I guess. Like the Master of the Killing Blow is quite.
Yeah. Right, but...
Like, 'cause if you have a Suicide Commander,
Mm.
with what? You can go 20 inches, still charge. And then. So if you don't quite kill some of your melters, you can charge.
Yeah, that's true. Well, excuse me. Garlic bread takes priority sometimes.
Garlic bread.
So, but apart from the objectives, that brings us to the end of the Tau section. What are your guys' overall kind of thoughts and feels of this?
It's very good.
I think it's very
It's
good.
Very, very good stuff.
Tau stuff's great.
Prototype weapon systems are amazing. The Tau Seps are just to be able to make a Seps, obviously, is just nice.
Farsight Enclaves are really cool now. They were the worst set by a mile.
Yeah,
'Cause,
but it looks like they are giving them a lot of love, which is good.
Yeah, because the original buff was just when you're in 6 inches, it's like you're never gonna be within 6 inches.
Your
You're
Tau.
fucking a Tau.
Yeah.
You can't even deep strike within 6 inches. But now the fact that you get something for 12 inches away, and what you get is nuts plus Marker Light, real nice. Yeah, it makes them quite viable.
Yeah. Shadow Sun's okay, depending on how you take it. She's very situational, but considering everything else, it's just good. Tau look... I mean, a lot of people were saying that a lot of the Xeno armies didn't turn out that well in Psychic Awakening.
I mean, they're not wrong.
They're not wrong, but Tau came out super strong.
For example,
The Tau are
what
already
could
super
you
strong.
tell me that Drakari or Dark Elder got in Psychic Awakening?
I
Oh,
don't
no.
fucking remember.
They-
Absolutely do not
Melee
remember.
Melee Cam-Lights.
Literally, they had nothing of worth. There's not a single thing in Dark Elder Psychic Awakening that you would take.
You could make an argument for a test of skill flyers, but that's about it.
True, but there's better stuff in the Codex, isn't there?
And we'll probably prove the point as well when we get to the Gene Stealer cults to see what they are.
Yeah, true.
No. And Horitza, for your question, nothing in here specifically, minus Shadow Sun, needed a specific Tau Sept, including the Stratagems. It was all Tau Empire. So
Yeah,
they're all
apart from
universal.
Oh, and the Farsight stuff. So
Oh, minus Farsight stuff as well.
6 Farsight stratagems are Farsight only.
Yeah.
The thing is, Farsight still gets access to all of the other new stratagems as well.
Yeah.
They just got more stuff.
More stuff
Which
for
is
Farsight.
juicy.
He's probably very happy with that.
Yeah, I
You
like.
also, you also get to take the 8 only in
Not gonna
Farsight.
lie, I am quite tempted to grab the 8.
I really like the idea of the 8 because it's essentially, what is it? It's
8 dudes.
It's 8 dudes.
Yeah.
actually no, it's 7. It's 7.
It's 8 characters and 14 drones.
The 7
What-
people.
one of them is a
one of them is a
robot.
robot. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them's a robot, but yeah, it's including war gear, 1,120 points.
So you've got Commander Farsight with his plasma rifle and his sword and his shield generator.
I'll go because they've got the pictures in here. There's
You've
Farsight,
got,
Bravestorm.
Yeah, Bravestorm has plasma rifle, a flamer, and an onager gauntlet, ATS, and a shield generator. And it's 2 gun drones.
Bravestorm is trying to look like fast.
Yes, essentially.
Yeah.
Brightsword
With
is
fusions.
so
The fusion blades
has
specifically.
has the fusion blades, counterfire defense system, and target lock. And has
Mm.
2 shield drones.
They're also a cult, right? Oh
Um,
no, they're not. Sorry.
No, these are all
Enforcers.
enforcers. So Shazo Shavastos. It's a single model of the flamer, plasma rifle, drone controller, and a shield generator. There's
Nice.
2 gun drones. Shazo Arachon, single model, air bursting fragmentation projector, cyclic ion blaster, plasma rifle, counterfire defense system, 2 gun drones.
Mm.
Sub Commander Torchstar. She's got 2 flamers, ATS, and a drone controller, and has 2 marker drones.
Mhm.
Broadside Shazvray Obliterator 90.
This is the robot one, correct?
This is the robot, yeah. So he's got 2 high yield missile pods, Seeker missile, 2 smart missile systems, a velocity tracker, and 2 missile drones. And then you've got Ovessa.
The broadside.
isn't-
No, the broadside,
yeah,
the Riptide.
Yeah, the Riptide is actually not a Firecast guy. It's an Earthcast guy.
They usually are.
No, they're not usually.
Oh, okay.
Who Farsight liked so much, he gave him the honor of piloting this Riptide and
'Cause he's a
fighting
lad.
alongside of him.
Say, hey,
Yeah,
you're such
so
a
it's-
lad. Do you want to get in this big robot? Like,
Mhm.
fuck yeah.
It's got 2 fusion blasters, an ion accelerator, early warning override, and a target lock, and it's got 2 shielded missile drones.
Mm. But
Uh,
yeah, carry on.
So they've all got special rules essentially. So they've got, for the greater good, they've got drones. They can deep strike. Farsight has Master of War, and he's got Genius of Montcar, so you can call Montcar again. But he also has Way of the Short Blade, which is reroll hit rolls, attack rolls for 1 in melee combat, within 6 inches of him, and reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks with ranged weapons against orcs within 6 inches.
No. Don't do it.
Brightsword has all of these have Master of War apart from the Broadside and the Riptide. Yep. Brightsword has a Warscaper drones, which is -2 to charge rolls for enemy units within 12 inches of any of this model's drones.
That's kind of nice.
Bravestorm has a 6 at Feel No Pain.
Yep.
Shavastos has a Puretide Engram chip, which is the
A relic.
yeah, it's a relic
Yep.
command point. Brightsword also has a relic in the fusion blades.
They don't count as your relics though.
No, they
You
don't.
can
No.
take another commander with you.
Yep. You can get a repulsor impact field. So this is after you finish charge with the 1 inch of this model, roll a d6 on a 2 up. The enemy unit suffers a mortal wound. It's a little thing.
Torchstone.
Torchstar has enemy units set up on the battlefield cannot be set up within 12, which is really, really nice.
Mm,
And has -1 to hit Torchstar.
that's always nice.
So it's quite cool if you're trying to use her, she can drop down, fire a bunch of stuff, and you might as well hit her.
Yeah.
Solid saves. Obliterator 90, the Riptide, has no longer flesh and blood. So when resolving attack made with a weapon against this model, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of that weapon to a minimum of 1 for that attack. Playing Necrons and having that rule, that is a really, really annoying rule.
Fucking hate that rule.
and he ignores the penalty for moving and firing heavy weapons. And then the Riptide Shield Generator on the Riptide, standard 5-up save. He has the Earthcast Pilot Array, which is when resolving a ranged attack, you can reroll hit rolls of 1, and when he would lose a wound to his Nova Reactor on a d6, 4-up, wound is not lost.
And then the Nova Reactor works in the exact same way.
I assume so.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, it's the same.
Nova Shield,
Use
boost, and Nova Charge.
It's just a shame for them that you're stuck with the Ion Accelerator and you can't give them the relic.
Yeah, but, you know, it's a cool thing to take. But overall, I think they've come out super strong. They've got some really nice stratagems, lots of nice little narrative bits, and especially with the prototype weapon systems, which you can give multiples out. Why wouldn't you?
I'm interested to see if the 8 is actually just the same price as if you were to take them otherwise.
It's 1,120 points. So that's your target. So we'll see about that. However, carry on.
No, that's fine.
Say, unless there's anything kind of last minute, we'll probably call this part of the review done. Overall, though, I think, I think we all agree there's some really cool stuff. It came out quite strong, and I look forward to seeing a lot more Tau players taking rail rifles instead of taking missile systems all the fucking time.
Yeah, because missile systems look stupid.
Yeah, exactly. The rifles look way better anyway. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that should be everything. Thank you all very much for watching. In terms of the video stuff, check all the links down in the description below. I'd like to also make sure to check out the link to George's Twitch, who does stuff who's started to do a lot more streaming stuff. So go and show him some love.
I just play video games.
We all play video games, so it's fine.
Not very well.
No. And also, a lot of these guys you'll see more frequently when I start doing my battle reports, which will happen soon. Whenever I stop. Especially the amount of the ones that Evan buys.
Hello.
So that's going to be pretty fun. So yeah, check all the things in the doobly-doo, and then they'll be up in the cards, up in the top, where my finger should be on the video. On the video, actually, it'll be about there, which will be for the next other videos. And then when we'll come back, we'll have a look at the Astra Militarum.
Hey.